You know, Nathan, we have to do a little bit of an editor's note here before we do the next top 10.
Yeah.
And that is, I completely screwed up the count. So there are 10 cars, but the order is probably not exactly 10 to 1.
You know, maybe you should have laid off those funny-looking mushrooms in college. It would have been a better thing.
Hey, all I say is we're out of Colorado. What else can I say?
That's the excuse from here on. Whenever we make a mistake, sorry guys, we're in Colorado.
Yeah, just that's the way it is. All right. Howdy, guys. I'm here with my man,
Nathan.
As always, and this is another episode of our exciting and fun, I think, new TFL talk show. So, Nathan, what are we talking about today? Because we talk a lot.
Yes, we do. We talk too much. But this time we're going to be talking about bang for your buck. We're going to have a list of 10 vehicles that we think are the best bang for the buck in various categories.
I think it'd be more fun to do like banging in the back.
Oh, you know I like that. But no, we don't do that. This is a family show.
All right. The top 10 cars that provide the most value for your dollar. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
All right, let's start with number 10 right now. And number 10 on our list is the Santa Fe.
The Hyundai with the turbo, right?
Yeah, it's a 2.0-liter turbo, direct injected.
That's an amazing vehicle because it gives you one of the nicest interiors in class, and at the same time, you get an excellent turbocharged engine. We've taken it off-road. It's done okay. Granted, it's not the one that has the third row seat. We're talking about the one that's built for 5, and it's just a really good all-around effort.
Yeah, and it compares with cars like the Explorer to some extent, especially if you get the one with the third row seat.
Yeah.
And you get so much good stuff in there. You get heated and cooled seats. You get this panoramic roof that is just phenomenal. And I think you get a brand that has come up a long way since most people have been introduced to it, right? People think Hyundai, they think,
yeah, but that
not anymore.
Yeah, 10-year warranty on that baby is something good. And remember, everything we mentioned is optional. So let's go to the next one.
All right, this is kind of an odd one, and we're going to have to justify it because they're going to think we're screwy.
Okay.
But the Jeep Grand Cherokee EcoDiesel, because it's expensive. It's $55,000. It's the most expensive Grand Cherokee you can buy, actually.
Yeah, it's one of the most expensive vehicles sold by the brand. But there's a reason why we chose it, and that is
a lot of room for sex in the back.
Yes, and on top of that, think about vehicles like the Mercedes-Benz ML, the BMW X5, the ones that are available with diesels. They are much, much more expensive. And what Jeep's done is they've positioned themselves in a way to get those customers, and indeed they are, and they're able to put out a vehicle that is much, much less expensive, but it offers a fantastic diesel engine.
Hell, think about the Range Rover.
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
You think about the Range Rover, and that car starts at probably around 70, 80,000, goes up to, if you get the autobiography, I think that's 140,000. And so you're getting a baby Range Rover at 55,000 with good fuel economy, with good torque. Amazing. With good styling, yeah,
and really good off-road.
All right, this one's kind of a no-brainer. Number 7 on our list is the Mazda CX-5.
Oh, the CX-5 is just a fantastic little crossover. Look, guys, what we like about it is the fact that you can take it around a corner. It drives great. The interior is awesome. And does it not look good?
Yes, it looks great. It's a car that would compete with, in my mind at least, a BMW X3. Yet at, what, $25,000? That is $20,000 less than the German version.
Yep, and you get 2 different Skyactiv engines that you can choose from, the small one and the big one, obviously, both 4-cylinder. But what you're getting is good power, especially at lower altitudes. But up here, where it's slower, at least you're able to tear through corners. It is the best handling vehicle in its class. That's what I say. I'll take that to the grave.
Yeah, and it's good value because it's not expensive, and I think it's also reliable. I feel like it's put together well. You know, I feel like they didn't scrimp on tightening the bolts and getting the alignment just right.
It's Mazda's best vehicle.
Yeah, by far. Okay, let's keep going. Number 6.
Okay.
This is a kind of an oddball car, and most people, it's a sleeper car actually, and it's a Buick, which probably surprised a lot of you. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the Buick Verano.
Turbo.
Yeah, the Turbo. I had a chance to drive one in Los Angeles. Yeah,
fast.
It is a fast little car. Think about it as if they took a Chevy Cruze and put an awesome engine in it and a better interior, because, well, that's pretty much what it is. But you get a lot for the money on that car, and frankly, compared to the Acura ILX,
yeah, that's another one,
and some of the other vehicles that it would compete with, You get a lot for the money, you get good comfort, and once again, I go back to that engine. It's fantastic.
And you know what? It's got massive amounts of torque steer, but to me that just means massive amounts of horsepower. Because there is something fun.
It does it. But once you learn how to deal with it, when you're going through a corner, if you're making a left, you just hit it really hard, and then it helps you go through the left turn.
Just make left turns. All right. This car, I think, is the ultimate sleeper. The Hyundai Genesis. That is a car that, in terms of build quality, in terms of all the little goodies you can get, is right up there with any of the Germans. I'm talking 7 Series or 5 Series. I'm talking Mercedes-Benz, and yet at what, basically half the price.
Yeah, oh, easily.
Yeah.
And you guys may have seen the new Genesis. I mean, it's foxy now from the outside.
We just saw it in Detroit.
That's right. We did see it in Detroit. The interior
300 horsepower.
I mean, does it not look good? And the interior looks awesome too. It's an impressive car. We haven't driven it yet, but even driving the old Genesis, and we've driven several, they're great. They're really, really good cars. It's a solid value for the money, and once again, you get that kick-ass warranty.
You know, they've got the same problem that Volkswagen has, and that is that unlike Toyota and Lexus, Honda and Acura, yada, 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 right, they didn't create a separate brand for the luxury division. So it's hard to justify going and buying, let's face it, a $50,000 car at a Hyundai dealership.
Yeah, and that I think is especially true for like the Equus and
I know, but yeah, but they don't have the brand equity to support that car. That doesn't mean the car isn't worthwhile. It is. It's incredibly worthwhile. It just doesn't have the panache that an Acura or a Lexus might have, even though it's still a Honda and a Toyota.
Yeah, I hate to say this. It doesn't have the cachet. I hate that word. But that's true, actually. But on the other side of it, look, guys, you want a good value. Check it out. The Genesis is a fantastic car. We know that the new one's going to be excellent.
All right, let's see, I think that's number 6. No, wait, we're farther than that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 5? Number 4 on our list, sorry. Number 4 is the Audi, and this is going to be another odd one, S8. Why are we picking the S8?
You cannot get a better sports car, period.
Sport luxury car, yeah.
Yeah, it combines every facet of perfect car. It's well balanced, it's fast, it's comfortable, it's beautiful. And at the same time, it's not as expensive as, I don't know, a Bentley.
Yeah, or a Rapide, right? Porsche Panamera. I mean, you could name the cars that it competes with. This is a $120,000 car that's living in a world of $250,000 cars.
That's exactly right.
So, yeah, it's expensive, sure, but it's also a bargain. Air suspension, twin turbochargers, and about as much luxury as you can stuff into a car and still have it have the Audi badge.
And at the same time, it doesn't shout, but any car guy who sees you or car gal will think, okay, that person knows what he or she is talking about when they drive a car.
All right, now we're up to our top 3, Nathan.
All right.
And we picked sports cars.
Yes, we did.
Yes, and number 3 is the WRX, which you just drove.
Yeah, now...
Easy pick.
Yeah, well, it's an easy pick because it drives better than it looks. And better than it sounds.
You're being so diplomatic.
I'm trying. The 6-speed, not the CVT. Okay, the CVT worked, but I would never, ever recommend any WRX other than one that has a manual transmission. And the new 6-speed manual is really good. It's better balanced, it handles better than it used to, and it doesn't feel like it's quite as fast as perhaps the last model, but you know what, not only is it, but you can drive it every single day and it's not going to beat you up. It's a really good, well-rounded car. If only it was slightly more attractive.
You know, they have that exact problem that a lot of manufacturers fall into. It's a trap. You design a prototype that is just absolutely stunning, but that you could never build because it'd be crazy expensive. And then when you come out with a real production version of the thing, people are just disappointed because you set the bar really high in terms of expectations, and you come in down here. And the concept car for the WRX was just stunning. I looked at that. I was like, I'll buy that immediately. It's almost better like that Toyota that just did the FT1, right? Where you're never going to build the damn thing, and so there's no expectations that will ever be a Supra, but you have this really gorgeous car.
Yeah, and it's a trap, frankly, because if you don't design good-looking concept cars, and people aren't that interested. The good news is the bones are fantastic, folks, and it's fast, and it does everything well. You know, it just might be something that needs a little something extra on the outside.
All right, now, number 2 car is an interesting car. It's a car that we both love, I think. And it's a car that you can get for, well, dirt cheap for what you're getting. And it's overlooked here because, let's face it, small cars just don't do well in America. We don't have the small, narrow streets that you have in the UK or in Europe. So we have big streets. But it's the Fiat 500 Abarth. And you can get that car MSRP starting at about 25, but I was just in Phoenix and I went to the Fiat dealerships just for and grins.
Yeah.
And they had them discounted even below that. So you can get that car starting at the low 20s.
Yeah, you can. And that turbocharged engine.
Engine note.
The sound is just.
It's a Ferrari, man. It's a Ferrari for 22,000. Close your eyes, you listen to a Ferrari.
It's a fantastic sounding car. It makes you laugh. Any car that makes you feel good, it doesn't matter what it is, but any car that makes you feel good is a good car. It's one that, in this case, this car just makes you feel good the minute you start driving it, no matter how goofy you think it looks like from the outside.
Yeah, obviously it's, they called it the Mickey Mouse, the Tupolino, I think, when they first came out. So it does have that Mickey Mouse kind of DNA, I guess, would be a good way to say it. But it's just a fabulous car to drive. It's a little top heavy on the track, but you're not going to take it on the track, let's face it. Most people won't.
Yeah, we took it on the track. I had more fun than he did, though.
All right, number one is easy. It's been a number one car now for a number of these videos.
Yeah.
It is the new Chevy C7 Corvette. And, well, do we need to say it? Obviously, at $50,000+ starting, let's say you could get it up to 60, it's a supercar bargain.
The thing is, try to think of another vehicle at that price that can perform as good as this Corvette. We're not even talking about the Z06 or anything else like that. We're talking about a vehicle that we had a chance to put 0 to 60 down on, and frankly speaking, I can't think of a better car for that price in terms of performance.
Yeah, it's just phenomenal, and the really great thing about the Corvette is they've solved the interior. Right, for the longest time, I couldn't fall in love with the Corvette because I'd get in the thing and I'd be like, man, I'm in a 1970s rent-a-car.
Yeah.
And now it is up there with any other car in its class, including cars that cost not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times as much.
That's right. It's a supercar for the masses.
If Porsche built that, let's face it, it'd be $150,000.
Yeah. Although it would probably be slightly better. But anyway, the point is that the Corvette.
Well, sure, at $150,000, it'd be slightly better.
The Corvette, for what it is, as an entry-level sports car, kicks the crap out of anything that's in its class. And frankly speaking, that's incredible. That's incredible. They can make that car that cheap.
All right, and we did pick one sleeper car. One unappreciated car, one unheralded car,
that's right.
One car that you guys completely overlook and that's gotten the bad rap, but is a really great car for bang for the buck, and that is, Nathan, the Scion.
Oh, the Scion TC.
You forgot.
Well, we had 2 lists, and that was funny. The Scion TC. Okay, it has a really good 4-cylinder engine. Yes, it's sourced from the Camry, I believe about 180 horsepower. But the thing about the Scion that's so cool for the price is that you get a car that you can easily fit people inside of. It's really a hatchback, even though it doesn't look like it is. It's very sporty for the car that it is, and you get a lot for the money. It's just a gosh darn very good little car.
Yeah, you get Toyota's build quality.
Mm-hmm. You can get a decent stereo in it for once. You can get a pretty good suspension package for it. TRD has some technically aftermarket things that you can slap on there. Look, guys, I'm not saying it's going to compete with a Ferrari, but what I am saying is that it's just a good car for the money.
You know, Scion has fallen into that classic cool trap, right? Where you're chasing cool. And when it first came out, it was really cool, and everybody was hip, and everybody was like, it was like rave parties, and here comes the Scion, that kind of stuff. And what ends up happening is you can't stay cool because the essence, the definition of cool is something that is new and something that's, unheard of yet. And now Scion isn't cool, and so the car isn't cool. And that's not fair to the car because it's a very good car. And unfortunately, the other problem with Scion is that they're such good cars that a lot of older people buy them.
Yeah, that's actually kind of funny.
That kills cool.
Yeah, it does. It's funny to see XBs being driven around by senior citizens and whatnot. And frankly, some TCs have been bought by people who are like, hey, I want a fun car and I'm retired, so I'm going to drive it, which kind of takes away from the whole rave
it's a
thing.
buzzkill.
Burning Man, nah, ain't going to happen with that car. So, but that's not the car's fault. That's just their marketing needs to work on it a little bit.
Yeah. But anyway, those are our top 10 cars, and come back again next time. We're going to be doing what, Nathan?
We're going to be doing another top 10 list.
For all you college kids out there.
Yeah, that's right. For a first-time college car, we have some pretty interesting ideas.
So that's coming up next time on TFL Talk. As always, this is Roman.
And Nathan.
Saying thanks for watching. Remember, check out TFLcar.com for a new car review every day, and go to TFL Truck for a lot of fun with...
trucks.
For trucks, yeah. Ciao.